Hey y'all, welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach and play medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx, and sometimes thinky filler, as we have here. Today, we're playing Aton, or Aton, designed by Thorsten Gimler and published by Queen Games. I'm joined by my co-host and wife, Amanda, and we're here today to vie for power over the four great temples of Thebes.
The high priests of the two great Egyptian deities, Aton and Amun, are fighting for supremacy. Both leaders want to place their priests in the crucial positions in the four great temples in Thebes.
All right. So, Aton is a quick little 15-minute, pretty thinky filler. It's really a clever game. We've talked about this on the podcast, and we thought, since we're kind of doing a weekend full of lighter games, but stuff that we enjoy that isn't standard heavy cardboard fare that you would hear on the podcast, we thought we would feature and highlight some of our favorites. So that's what we're doing here today. So how many times would you say that we've played this?
Oh gosh. Probably at least 10.
I think so, yeah. More than a handful,
yeah,
if you will. All right, so we'll go ahead and run through how to play the game. So the game is played. We're going to draw 4 cards. As you can see here, and we've already kind of seeded the board, we're going to draw 4 cards each, and then we're going to play them. These cards range from 1 through 4. We each have our own deck. They're identical decks, but they're going to be shuffled up. These range from 1 to 4, and then we're going to then place them face down into the 4 cartouches. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite games, if for no other reason than you get to say the word cartouche. Not often that you get to do so. So once we have both played all 4 cards, we're then going to flip our cards. And we're just going to do this as an example. So when the whole goal of the game is we're going to be playing these cards to be able to place out these markers into the 4 temples to then, in theory, score points. Each of these cartouches that we have here represent a different thing that's going to allow us to either place or remove each other's discs from the 4 temples here in Thebes. So we'll run through what the 4 cartouches do. So as you can see, I'm going to play red today. Amanda's going to play blue. Mm-hmm. I played the 2 into the first cartouche. Then Amanda has played a 1. The first cartouche is strictly a point generator for whoever played a higher value. So I played a 2. Amanda played a 1. You get double the difference. So that's a difference of 1. I would score 2 points. Mm-hmm. Then we move on to the second cartouche. Second cartouche is going to do 2 things. Those 2 things are, number 1, it's going to dictate play order. So whoever is the lower number is going to play first. And then after the first round, second round and onward, it's going to dictate how many and whose discs that you're going to remove from the various temples out on the board. So in this case, Amanda played a 1, I played a 4, so Amanda would go first for the rest of the round. So the third cartouche, and we're going to skip the removal for right now since we start with no discs out on the board. The third temple is going to tell you which of the 4 temples and how many of the 4 temples that you can play your discs to. So Amanda played a 4, meaning she'll be able to place discs in her choice of the 4 temples. Then the last cartouche is going to say how many of her discs she's going to be able to play. So if you take a look, Amanda can place 2 discs between all 4 temples, whereas I can only place in the first temple, but I can place 3 discs. So if we were to do that, Amanda, go ahead, place 2 discs out there. And then we're going to reset after the teaching, and we'll go ahead
I would place 1 there to try to block you and 1 there.
Okay. So I can only place in the first temple, and I can place 3. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 as an example. That's the end of the first round. Boom. And let's say we then deal ourselves 4 more cards, and we end up playing the exact same thing. So then, again, I would score 2 points for the difference. Okay, cool. Then, now, she played a lower number. She will be first, as was the first round. But now, we're going to remove markers. So, Amanda, it's always -2 from the card that you played. So, in my case, it's a 4 -2. I will remove up to 2 of her discs. Amanda, however, will have to, 1 minus 2 is a -1, which means she must remove one of her own.
Yes.
So in this case, she would have to remove one of her own. Go ahead and do so. And it goes down here into the kingdom of the dead. And the reason it goes down here is we're going to do a scoring round at the end of a round in which the kingdom of the dead is filled. It does not matter whether it's mine or Amanda's dead bodies, i.e. discs, that are down here in the kingdom of the dead. Once it's full, then we'll go into scoring. So then she would then choose to place 2 in any of the 4. Then I would start and I would remove 2 of hers, that maybe what she just placed, and then I would add more discs, so on and so forth. Ultimately, we're doing this to be able to end the game in one of 4 ways. Whoever ends it in one of these 4 ways is going to be the winner. The first one to 40 points. That's, I'd say, the most common way to end the game. But there are 3 others. So the first one is occupy all the squares in one temple of one player, meaning literally I have all 12 spots locked up, or Amanda does.
In any of the temples, not just the one.
Correct. Then another option is all the yellows between the 4 temples, or all the greens between the 4 temples. Those don't score in any other way, so it can be a sneaky little way to try and, oh, wait, you're killing me and score. Oh, wait, I just won because I have all of the green ones filled.
Yes.
And Amanda is really good at being sneaky, which you wouldn't think you'd be able to sneak because it's all right here. But you can.
Yes.
Trust me.
There was one game that we played where it was the very, very last one I had to place to win. He was like, wait a minute.
It just occurred to me.
It was so funny.
It really was. So once we reach the Kingdom of the Dead is full with 8 discs. If there are any more than 8, it doesn't matter. They just come back to your supply. Then at that point, we then go into a scoring round. All 4 of the temples will score, as well as some additional scoring. And then we're going to go into removing disc and then rinse and repeat. So here's how scoring works. So the first one, we'll score them in order. The first one is whoever has the most discs gets the difference in discs. So in this case, I have 3, Amanda has 1. I would score 2 points. This one, whoever has the most discs here scores 5 points. Whoever has the most discs here, they get 1 point for each of their discs. And then in the 4th temple, whoever has the most discs here will then be able to score for each of their discs that's on a blue location, and they will score 3 points each. Then, after that, we're going to score the black squares. So the black squares, whoever has the most between those two, and these 6, will score 8 points. And then bonus points based on who, pretty self-explanatory on that. After we have finished scoring, then we're going to start with whoever has the most points, removing 1 disc from every temple. If they do not have a disc in every temple, they must still remove a 4, alternating 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. That if I have none in 4, but I have multiple in 3, 2, and 1, I would then have to remove 2 from 3 to replace the one that I can't remove in 4. I'd remove 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, so on and so forth. If it just so happened that I only had 4 discs in the first temple, A, I'm playing very poorly, and B, I would then have to remove all 4, but remove them one at a time because we alternate during the removal. Those that are removed go back into your supply. The Kingdom of the Dead is then emptied back into your supply, and then we shuffle up and deal, or we don't shuffle, we shuffle at the end of a deck, and then we just replace those and rinse and repeat until one of us has won. So that's it. Any questions from y'all? I think that's pretty simple. It's really quick and dirty. I should also mention that these little white discs, we each have 1 of them. They are for a mulligan hand. You don't like what you drew? Discard this. They are one-time uses, and you can discard your hand and draw 4 more. And with that, we will shuffle up and deal. So thanks for y'all joining us today. This is definitely in our top 5, I would say, for favorite Thinky fillers. And a lot of times we'll play best 2 out of 3. Yep. Because it's such a quick game. If we're really tired, but we still want to get something to the table, this is definitely another one that ranks up there. All right. So Amanda's going to play to this side of the board, and I will play to this side of the board. Again, I am red, Amanda is blue, and you can see we start off board with our markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh,
Already, man. Blurg.
all right. Flip. All right, so we resolved cartouche number 1. Amanda played a 4. I played a 2. So 2 is the difference. Doubled. Amanda scores 4 points. She's already killing me. Then the second cartouche, there's no removal in the first round, so all this is strictly turn order. She goes first at this point, so she resolves the rest of hers.
Okay. So I can place up to 4 discs and
4 discs.
in all 4 cartouches.
There you go.
So
Well, not 4 in each, but 4 total between the 4. Correct.
Yes. Okay. Let's get out 4. Okay. Let's do... let's start out with 1 on each black.
Interesting. Going that way instead of the blues. Okay. So for me, now, I can place 4 discs in the first 3 temples. So since Amanda left them open to me, I will go 1, 2, 3. That's it. We discard those 4 cards and draw the top 4 off the deck. I'll just put them right there. Interesting. So these are my cards for this turn. So have y'all that are watching, have y'all played this before? Have you heard of it? And if so, what do you think of it? All right. Cool. This is a little bit better. I played a 4. Amanda played a 1. So that's 3. Doubled is 6. I score 6 points. The second cartouche, Amanda played a lower number, but what this means is she is going to remove 3 minus 2. So she's going to remove 1. It's always minus 2 when you're removing. So Amanda's going to remove 1 of my discs of her choice.
I'm going to remove this one.
All right. And then she's going to finish her turn. She can play in all 4 temples, 2.
Okay. So, no go there and there.
Oh, and I should note that Amanda took my marker from the second temple. The temple that she's allowed to remove
is this as well.
Is based on this as well, right? And glad I remembered. And that did come down here, so good to go. So Amanda is done. Now, for me, I get to remove 2 of hers from Temple 1, which I didn't plan that real well. So
I know.
this goes into the Temple of the Dead. Then in Temple 1, I can place 4, and I will. That's 3, and we'll go ahead and go 4. Okay? And we keep doing this until the Kingdom of the Dead is full. So we have 6 more to go. Jason, what's the 3 discs, 4 discs in referring to? All right, my hand again.
Mm-hmm. Awful, I tell you, awful.
All right. So Amanda played a 2. I played a 1. She gets 2 points for that, for the difference. There we go. And then I played a 1. Amanda played a 3. So I will go first. So I have to remove 1 of mine within the first 2 temples. I will remove that. Then I can place 4 discs in the first 2 temples. Done. Amanda?
Okay. So
Nope, back up.
my arm hadn't gone there yet. So I can remove.
You must.
I must remove one of yours from Temple 1.
Because 3 minus 2 is 1. And it can only be, like she said, in Temple 1. Okay?
Okay. Then now I can only place 1 in Temple 1. So I shall replace where you were.
Gotcha. Jason says, maybe I saw it wrong, but it looked like the first turn it was 4 discs in 3 temples on Edward's side. I think we played it right.
I don't know.
I think so. We're going to play it. Call it, say we did. So I'm sure we'll find out in the show notes when people watch replays. All right. Three, 4. All right. You know what? Let's do that. Okay. All right. So 1-1. Nobody scores anything because we're tied, and then 4-3. Amanda will go first. So go ahead.
Okay. So I will remove 1 of yours from any of the first 3 temples.
Correct. I would recommend one of the greens.
Really? Let's see here. I like that one to be... No, this one to be gone.
Okay. Now, finish your turn.
Okay. Now I can place 3 in any of the first 3 temples, 3 discs.
Correct.
I am going to place 1 right here in the black.
Paul asks, are we gaming tomorrow? We are for our game of the month, but not streaming. We're after doing 11 streams this weekend. We're going to take a few days off from it.
1 here in this black and 1 here in this green.
It sounds like Amanda, Brian, and Sweater Mike are going to finish up the month playing the Colonists. Mm-hmm. They're going to simulate the first two eras.
Start in era 3 and play 3 and 4.
And Matt and I, because other guys are out of town and everything, Matt and I are going to bust out Hands in the Sea. So, looking forward to that. All right, so for me, I get to remove 2 of Amanda's within the first 2 temples. And we'll go ahead and get those. Yeah. No, we won't. Hold on. I will actually remove those 2. Okay. Then I can place 4 into the first 2 temples. One, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. One more into the Temple of the Dead, and we will go. We will finish the round and then go into our first scoring round. So, my draw.
Yeah. Do that there. I'm not happy about it.
All right, so 2-1. I scored 2 points, and Amanda played a 2. I played a 3. It's her honor. So 2 minus 2. She doesn't remove any discs. Finish your turn, please.
Okay, so I place 2 in Temple 1.
Correct. Easy enough. I remove one of Amanda's in the first temple.
Yeah,
Bink.
I know.
It actually comes out here.
Dang it.
All right. So this shows we will now go into a scoring round at the end of the round. So in the first temple, I can place up to 2. 1 there and 1 there. All right. So that's the end of the round. So we clear up our cards played, and now we score as I explained earlier. So here, in the first temple, whoever has the most discs scores the difference. I have 2, 4, 6 minus 2. I score 4 points. The second temple, whoever has the most scores 5. The third temple, whoever has the most scores 1 for every one of their discs. So Amanda gets 2. And the third temple, whoever has the most scores 3 points for every one in the blue areas that they have on the board. So 3 and 6. All right. Then we score for the black locations on the board. So those are those 2, these 3, these 3. Amanda is in 3. I'm in 4. I'm going to score 8 points because I have the majority. That is not marked anywhere on the board. It's strictly in the rule book and just something that we have committed to memory at this point. Then we're going to score for the bonus locations. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. I'm there for 1. I'm there for 1 for 2 points. That's the end of scoring.
Yep.
Now, starting with whoever is leading, must remove 1 in every temple. Well, if you notice, I don't have any in 4. And we alternate. I must try and remove 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't have any in 4, so I have to pull multiple out of 3. Well, I don't have multiple in 3, so I'm going to have to pull this one. I'm going to have to pull 2 out of 2, and then 1 out of 1. But we do this one at a time. So I will go ahead and start, and with the obvious one, I have to. And this will get emptied. These just come back into our supply. So I've pulled 1 out of 3. Amanda must pull 1 out of each because she's in each. Go ahead.
I'm going to remove this one.
All right. So I will then remove that one there.
This one.
I will remove a second one from here that I must to supplement the fact that I couldn't pull 1 out of 4.
Here.
And I must pull 1 out of here, and I will go 1 there.
Yep.
All right. So then we clear the Kingdom of the Dead. And that's the end of the round. We begin again. And again, the 4 ways to win the game. Get to 40 points. Have one person have the entire temple, all their color, or all the yellow, or all the green of one player. Pretty simple, but it has some really clear and clever mechanisms and kind of meta stuff going on. Wow, that was quick, Amanda. Since she's already placed. All right, so 3 to 2, Amanda's going to score 2 points. And 3 to 4, I will go first. So I remove 1 of hers in the first 3 temples. That one. Then I can place 4 in the first 3 temples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Amanda?
I remove 2 of yours from any of them.
Right. Jeff says, hey all, just finished watching Trick of the Rails video. It was awesome. We saw your comment. That was very nice of you to say, Jeff. Thank you very, very much. And I'm glad to hear that it helped, man. That's the whole point of doing these, right?
Remove 1 from there.
Okay.
And 1 from here.
Okay.
Then I place 4 in any of the temples.
Correct. Yeah, the whole point of doing this is obviously showing off games that we enjoy, in the case of Aton today, or Aton, but also to try and make some of these heavier games that we play seem a lot more approachable, and to show folks that you can have a lot of fun playing these really heavy, thinky games and enjoy each other's company, socialize, cut up, bust on each other, and just overall have a real good time with friends.
Yep.
And make new friends doing it as well.
Okay.
And when you run out of a deck, you just shuffle up and deal again. My 4. Okay. All right. 4 to 1, so I double it. I get 6 points. Then here, I'm going to go first, but I have to remove one of mine in 1. We'll go ahead and remove that one. Then in Temple 1, I can place 3. Done.
Okay. I remove 1 in any of the first 2 temples of yours.
Correct.
Going to remove...
Appreciate that, Marlon. He says you're doing a great job with it. So.
Then I place 2 in the first 2. Okay.
All right. And don't forget, we do have the mulligan discs that may or may not come into play as we go. My hand. Yeah, so it's not just, oh, I'm just going to play. There's a lot of subtle strategy that goes into this game. It really, really does. And it's not always apparent in your first or second game, even though mechanically it is stupid simple, right? Mm-hmm. So Amanda got 2 points for that. And then I am going to go first because I played the lower number. I will remove one of hers in the first 3 temples. Be gone with you. Then I will place 2 in the first 3 temples. So I will go 1 there. There. Your honor, ma'am.
I remove 2 of yours in the first 3.
Okay. You don't have to. No, you do. And because she's removing 2 of mine, the Kingdom of the Dead will be full. Ergo, we will go into a scoring round and I will win. Maybe. We'll see. So what she's trying to figure out and what she's tanking on right now is she knows that we're going to go into a scoring round. She cannot allow me to score 7 points. Because if I score 7, the game's over. You sure you want to take that one? Okay. Because I'm not going to score blue anyway. Oh, but you might... Oh, okay. So she's not preventing me from scoring points. She's trying to score enough points herself if she can. It's a long way. That's 22 points, though.
No one asked you.
I'm pretty sure it's a lost cause no matter what you choose. I think, if I'm doing the math right in my head, but I'm not 100% sure. You only get to remove 2.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, sorry.
Can't you see this?
Sorry, I can't. No.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
I can do 3 at 3 temples for discs.
Okay. So, anywhere but here. Right. Yep. All right. So
Well,
what?
no, I can place 4 in the first 3. I got out 4. I still have 1
Yeah.
in my hand.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You have one more. I apologize.
It doesn't matter.
Sure, it does. It absolutely matters. Because you could have, and if you want to change that one, prevent me from scoring 5 points there by placing 2 over there.
That's true.
I am 7 points from winning. All right, so that's the end of the round.
He makes a valid argument.
Then we go into a scoring round. All right, so we resolve here first. So whoever has the most gets the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me. 3, so I score 2. 5 points away. And now we're tied. Nobody gets the points, and that was the key for you. Here, whoever has the most scores 1 for every disc. 1, 2, 3 to 2. I score 3. 2 points away. But now we go into temple number 4. Amanda obviously has the majority. She scores 3 points for each that's on the blue. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Then we go the bonus, the black squares, which 2, 4, 7, 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Amanda has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She scores 8 points. And then the bonus squares, we each score 1 each for these 2. Whew. So these get cleared, and then we get to remove discs. We must, in fact, remove discs. So starting with the leader, so it's me. Again, I must remove 1 of each. I have none here, which means I must remove 2 from here. And then 1 from each subsequent. So 2 from here, I will start with that 1.
You won.
How?
We didn't count this.
Oh, did I miss that one?
You said those 2.
Oh, I did. Oh, boom.
Yep.
Game over.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Stupid game.
Yeah, so I actually won.
Yep.
So the game ends immediately when that happens. So, boom. Ball game. All right.
Mic drop.
All right. So let's see here. Let's see. Paul says, is runaway leader common? There's a balance to the runaway leader.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible that one player can get a very large lead.
But you see how I was able to quickly get that back in the next scoring round. Not enough, mind you, but I was able to score a bunch.
Then maybe she starts focusing on controlling one temple or the yellows or the greens. So there are very sneaky ways in which you can do it to where one player gets so self-absorbed into their own plan that they lose sight of what the other player is doing.
What my plan was,
right.
If it had continued, I was going to focus on one of these to get either
all
these
of them.
Or that to get all of them because he was not focusing on 4 at all.
I didn't play a single disc into Temple 4. Yeah, so Jeff says, I don't know what made me think of this, but will you guys teach and stream the climbers? I'd love to see it. Yes, eventually we will.
It'll have to be when we move.
Yeah, when we move upstairs, because we can't exactly do a straight top-down view because the game would lose something. You can't get depth that way. So before I go on to more questions, Aton, your thoughts?
I like it. It's like you said at the beginning of the stream, it is a good... It's a good thinky filler that's super quick that you can play best 2 out of 3 even sometimes. And it helps also knowing the person that you're playing against because I know that you know that I know that you know type of meta thinking.
Yep, totally.
And don't forget about these. I forget every single game.
About the mulligan?
Yes.
Even though I just reminded you?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's, I'll be honest, it's a game that the first time or 2 I played, I was like, whatever. And then we changed up who we were playing against. I forget who I
think I just got better.
Oh, that maybe too. And really found that it really blossomed, and there's a lot more subtlety to the game than meets the eye.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's Aton.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, didn't you guys discuss in an episode around the same time that you were talking about Tigris and Euphrates?
Yes, we did.
We
this
did.
has been a trailer before because I remember us trying to figure out if it was Aton or Aton or Aton or how you said it.
Tigris and Euphrates, maybe eventually we stream that. That's going to be a tougher game.
And that's going to be a Mark Von Minden has to be in it.
Yeah, when we have our buddy here for to run that game. But eventually we'll get around to doing it probably. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, y'all. And if you like it, go ahead and remember to thumb it at the bottom, subscribe, set the alarm if you want to know whenever we do our live streams. And if you are enjoying what we're doing with the bigger games and thinky filler such as this, we'd love your support over on Patreon, patreon.com/heavycardboard. I think that's about it. Yeah. Cool. All right. So thanks a lot for y'all watching. And Amanda, thanks for playing.
Absolutely. Thank
All right.
you.
We'll catch y'all later.
Bye.